For most things in life, the INFJ personality type can't help but to prioritize their high standards and self-discipline, be it the clothes they buy, the information they consume, or the people they surround themselves with. Less is always more when quality is at the forefront of judgment. Welcome or welcome back, psychos. Before we get into it, we'd love it if you liked and subscribed to our channel, as well as to click the post notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get right into the video, starting with number 1. Most INFJs would be considered minimalists. Minimalism: to remove anything that distracts one from living with intentionality and freedom. Living a minimalist lifestyle comes with many benefits, one being the disobligation to surround yourself with things you don't really need. And for the practical INFJ, who usually prefers to live through organization of their surroundings and their mind, some form of minimalism is usually present in their lifestyle. As a matter of fact, it's not rare for the INFJ to prefer owning a few clothing items of similar style, yet of high quality, over owning a whole wardrobe of things they rarely wear. Similarly, since overall materialism isn't exactly this type's focal point when it comes to their enjoyment in life, it's not only clothing that this rule applies to. They may prefer to only have a few premium quality serving dishes rather than a set for every holiday and occasion. Or they may even stick to a few main foods they enjoy cooking, rather than experimenting with different flavors and cuisines. In other words, when the INFJ finds something they like, they tend to stick with it rather than find something to top it, which, some would say, comes with both its pros and cons. Number 2. Quality requires a deeper level of understanding and discipline. They say money can't buy happiness, and while it can certainly solve a lot of problems and stresses in some people's lives, there's something about having it all and still feeling unfulfilled that many people who chase success can fall trapped to. For the introspective INFJ, who still tends to come down hard on themselves in terms of their own personal successes, deep down they have the understanding that the appreciation of quality over quantity can save them from thinking they'll be happy when they reach a new destination. As Steve Jobs was quoted, "One home run is better than 2 doubles." The INFJ approaches their life experiences in both work and play with similar determination. This personality type is always analyzing the future outcomes of their actions, and just how impactful quality decisions can be on their overall life experience. While some people are busy attempting to surround themselves with as many people and as many things as necessary to make them happy, the INFJs are looking for the deeper meanings behind the few connections and possessions they already have. Number 3. Too much choice and overwhelm them. Sensory overload is nothing new to the highly sensitive INFJ personality type. In fact, when there are too many people in a room, too many outfit options, too many projects to work on, or too much of anything else that requires the INFJ's attention and decision making, the fun of the experience becomes instantly dulled. Rooted in their inability to simply make a carefree decision and hope for the best, the INFJ's cognitive functions cause them to analyze every move they make. This makes having so many choices to analyze on the deep level they require not only more challenging, but certainly not preferable. Instead, the INFJ functions best when they can put their all into one task at a time. Since they're so apt to producing work of quality, this preference allows them to focus all their perfectionism and effort into the things they deem most important. An example of this would be their inclination to have a deep conversation with one individual rather than contributing to a large group discussion, which brings us to our next point. Number 4. It's no different in their close connections. When it comes to socializing and maintaining social status, some personality types much prefer to have a broader range of connections. With the INFJ and many other introverted types where maintaining a social life isn't exactly their forte, the people they surround themselves with must be of a certain caliber. In fact, this personality type can't keep up with too many connections, making the maintenance of too high a quantity of friendships rather impossible. Instead, INFJs remain closed off until someone of high quality comes along. They determine this level of quality through not only emotional and intellectual intelligence, but also like-mindedness. empathy, and authenticity. And since these qualities can be difficult to come by, it's fair to say that genuine connections in terms of quantity aren't something they try to live up to. Number 5. They don't feel obligated to fit in with the most up-to-date trends. Speaking previously of the INFJ's preference for keeping their material life to a minimum, INFJs don't have the same obligation to fit in as some other personality types do. Known as the lone wolf and one of the rarest types of the MBTI, INFJs are used to feeling misunderstood. Because this underlying disconnect to the world surrounds them, most people with this personality type give up the chase of trying to seamlessly adapt to their surroundings quite early on. Whether it's the latest iPhone, the trendy puffer jacket of the season, or even the new celebrity song album that everybody's raving about. If the INFJ doesn't feel inspired, they'll have no problem skipping right past all the commotion. While some may argue that these latest trends are of quality in terms of preference, INFJs will happily observe the entertainment others get from it, while silently refusing to be convinced. After all, if they're not going against the grain in some aspect, they're probably doing themselves a disservice. Number 6. They appreciate mastery and originality. From art to nature, the INFJ's deep observational skills allow them to appreciate the simple things in life. They prefer music, paintings, and books of substance rather than continuous releases of similar compositions. They value the anticipation that is required of an audience waiting for an artist to release another masterful piece, over influenced copycat-like entertainment. In fact, this is a contributing factor to the INFJ's stereotype of being old souls. Since modern Western music, movies, and even the entertainment offered on social media platforms such as TikTok seem to be overly repetitive, INFJs tend to feel much more drawn to artists and art forms from past decades. With that being said, this open-minded type can also appreciate non-mainstream forms of art that are often underappreciated and underacknowledged, produced by less-known artists and entertainers. There's nothing more intriguing than an anonymous art show or live music from a local band. Number 7. They utilize their preference for quality as an act of self-love. There is no doubt that through this personality type's perfectionist nature, that they can put themselves through a lot of unnecessary criticisms. However, by applying those same principles to pick and choose what they deserve from life, they actually end up saving themselves a lot of grief. By knowing intuitively what they deserve and what they should ultimately put aside, INFJs use their desire for quality as an act of self-love. Simple things like walking away from chaotic relationships in exchange for more uplifting energy, or working hard in order to be able to enjoy things of higher quality. This type tries their best to treat themselves to the same energy they naturally put out to the world around them. By not investing time and energy on low quality stuff, they're able to direct their precious resources to what actually matters to them in the grand scheme of things. For all the times they tell themselves they're not good enough, by inviting quality into their life is telling themselves daily that they're worth it. Number 8. They can't help but to provide quality for others. Speaking of the energy INFJs naturally emit into the world and people around them, it's fair to say that through their empathetic and introverted intuitive habits, they can't help but give others the quality they look for in relationships. Whether it's romantic, platonic, or simply an acquaintance, INFJs have no choice but to offer genuine care, listening skills, attention to detail, support, and advice for their fellow Earthlings. And while they don't openly advertise their counselor-like energy to everyone they come in contact with, INFJs reserve the special quality for the ones who need it most. Their inner compassion for others is unavoidable, and although they may not offer many words of support or countless hours of their time, the words and time they do provide is of high quality and noticeable authenticity. Well, psychos, that's it for today. So, in what ways do you prefer quality over quantity as an INFJ? Let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel so that you never miss a video.